Hello everyone, this is Lane of Miss Lane Diaries. Today we have a new tutorial about converting entity relationship diagram to a relational schema using the step-by-step procedure and using the ERDPlus as our tool. If you have not yet subscribed yet to my channel, please click subscribe for more tutorials about databases. In our previous tutorial, we have created an entity relationship diagram using ERDPlus, and today we're going to convert the ER diagram that we have created into a relational schema. So relational schemas are very important in creating our databases in our SQL. We can create these relational schemas using a step-by-step procedure, and there is also an automatic generation of relational schema using the ERDPlus. So considering that we have our previous example of our ERD, so we have here our extension program, we have here our activity, and we have here our participants as our entities, and each of the entity has the attributes, and it has also the relationships. And these entities have also this cardinality ratio and the participation constraints. So let's go now to the step-by-step process in creating the relational schema. So for you to be able to create the relational schema, we have these steps. First is you look for the strong entity types, and then you look for the weak entity types. Next is the binary one-to-one relationship. Next is the binary one-to-many relationship type. Next is the binary many-to-many relationship type. And the last one is the multi-valued attributes. Some of these steps might not be applicable to an entity relationship diagram. So let's see what are the steps that are applicable for our entity relationship diagram. So let's have first our strong entity types. So for the first one, we have mapping of strong entity types. So in our diagram, we have here the strong entity types are extension program, activity, and participants. All of the attributes of the strong entity types will be included in the relational schema. So this is now our relations. The primary keys are here present, and also those composite attributes such as the name will be simplified here through its last name, first name, and middle initial. And the other attributes are also included. That is for mapping of strong entity types. So we'll look for strong entity types in our diagram. So here are the strong, and the strong. The next one is mapping of weak entity types. So as you can see in our entity relationship diagram, we don't have a weak entity type. But in case that there are weak entity types, these are the things that you can do. The first one is, for every weak entity type, create a new relation and include all of the simple attributes. The primary key of the identifying or the strong entity type will be part of the primary key of the weak entity, and it will also be the foreign key. So what is a foreign key? A foreign key is an attribute that refers to the primary key of the entity that is being referred. So the next one is mapping of binary one-to-one relationship type. Going back to our ERD, we don't see any one-to-one relationship type here. But if there's one-to-one relationship type, we can have these three approaches. The first one is the foreign key approach. So in the foreign key approach, we're going to get the primary key of the one that is in the partial participation and treat it as a foreign key of the one that is with total participation. Then we can also merge the relation. This is applicable only if both of the participation constraint is total. But if not, you can go to the foreign key approach. You can merge the relation, and then the combination of the primary keys will be the new set of the primary keys of your merged relation. The next approach is a new relation approach. This is by creating a new relation where the primary keys of the relations involved in the relationship will be the primary key and at the same time the foreign key of the new relation. That is for mapping of binary one-to-one relationship type. Now let's go to mapping of binary one-to-many relationship type. So as you can see in our diagram, we have one-to-many relationship type between the extension program and the activity. So what are we going to do if there is a one-to-many relationship type? So what we will do is we are going to look at the primary key of the one side and make it this the foreign key of our many side. So in the case of our diagram, the activity is the many side and the one side is the extension program. Now we have here epicode as our foreign key that refers to the primary key of the extension program. So that's how we created the relation between extension program and activity in terms of binary one-to-many relationship type. Now let's go to the next one. Binary many-to-many relationship type. In the binary many-to-many relationship type, the thing that you're going to do is to create a new relation. So we have here the participates. Include all the simple attributes that is in that relation. So we have here our relevance, our timeliness, our organization, and comments. And then after that, the primary keys of those relations involved in the relationship will be your primary key. The combination of both will be your new primary keys, and these are also foreign keys that refers, this one, part ID underscore FK refers to the part ID of the participants table, and this act code underscore FK is a foreign key that refers to the primary key of activity, which is act code. So that is in creating a relation for binary many-to-many relationship type. Now let's go to the next step. The next step is for the multi-valued attribute. As you can remember, we have a multi-valued attribute and we have not included it in the step 1. Because in the step 1, you should just include all the composite and simple attributes. But the multi-valued attributes has its own step. So what are we going to do now? So for our activity, we have collaborators as a multi-valued attribute. So what are we going to do? For every multi-valued attribute, create a new relation here. The name of that particular multi-valued attribute will be the name of your new relation. And the primary key of the relation where it came from, which is the activity, will be your primary key at the same time your foreign key. This is act code underscore FK refers to act code of the activity. And you have here the collaborators. So this is how the multi-valued attribute is created in the relational schema. So this is the final model or final schema of our extension program entity relationship diagram. So in the first one, we have created the strong entities, and then we look for weak entities, which is not present. We look for binary one-to-one relationship type, which is also not present. And we have the binary one-to-many relationship type by creating the foreign key of the many side and referring it to the one side. And then we have binary one-to-one, binary many-to-many relationship type by creating a new relation. The primary key of the relations involved become the primary keys and foreign keys of our new relation. And for the multi-valued attribute, we have created a new relation, and the primary key of the owner relation is now the primary key and foreign key of the new relation that is the multi-valued attribute previously. So those are the step-by-step process in creating the relational schema. Now, there is a tool in creating or generating this relational schema automatically. This is with the use of ERDPlus. For you to be able to have this relational schema in ERDPlus, you should have an account, you need to sign up, and then you should log in. So as you can remember, we have created this diagram using our ERDPlus as a tool in creation of this ER diagram. Now, let's go back to the home. So creating the relational schema in ERDPlus is very easy. So here, you can automatically convert EI diagrams to relational schemas. So to use this feature, you must log into your account, and then you must go to the documents you have and convert the relational schema, and then the relational schema will be displayed. Now let's try it. Let's go to my documents. Here I have created this one, and then just click here, the options, and then click convert to relational schema, and then name it. And then after that, create. And here you go. Extension relational schema is created. And if I'm going to double click it, here is the relational schema created through ERDPlus. So just need to arrange it for it to be more visible. And let's see if the things that we have in our step-by-step process is also reflected in here. So as you can see here, we have the extension program related to activity. We have here the participants here. And here is the new relation, the participates. And here we have the multi-valued attribute, which is the collaborators. So indeed, using this ERDPlus, things become simpler, and still it reflects the step-by-step process in creating our relational schema. So you can also edit the different data types here, and also the foreign keys. Okay, so that's all for our tutorial this time. So again, we have created our relational schema using the step-by-step process, and we can generate it automatically using the ERDPlus. So for more tutorials, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have comments, suggestions of what tutorials are we going to have next time, you can also give a comment. So that's all for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.